Red Pill disclaimer. Welcome to Gawdzell's channel. By watching this video, you are choosing to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. All opinions expressed are Gawdzell's alone, and any copyrighted content belongs to its respective owners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can you see it now? Can you see the Matrix for what it truly is?
Oh, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another one. This is going to be a great video, so stay tuned and let's get right into it.
This is what a body looks like that has too much energy. Do you see all this stored fat around the organs compared to the healthy person? This is called visceral fat. Visceral fat is especially dangerous because it's stored on your organs. And this is an excess amount of energy. Your body has two different energy sources, glucose from the food that you eat and your stored fat. And most people don't know this, but if you're burning glucose, you cannot burn stored fat. And this is because of your fat storing hormone, insulin. See, when your blood sugar goes up, your insulin goes up. It is released to help to bring that blood sugar back down. And it can take a few hours for it to get back down. And if you're snacking every few hours on carbs and sugars, your body's always going to be storing fat. And you want to get it out of this fat storage mode. The easiest, most effective way to do this is intermittent fasting. If you follow a 16-8 feeding and fasting schedule, you'll give your body enough time to burn through all of that food and bring its glucose levels back down. This will get your body burning stored fat again. Intermittent fasting is truly the easiest, most effective way to start reversing your insulin resistance. This is what a body looks like.
That's crazy. How many of y'all be snacking like throughout the whole day? Dang, that goes to show you like that is definitely affecting you. So gotta slow that down, huh?
Instead of teaching kids about this is what all children need to be learning in school. Watch this.
It's like something you would never learn at any other schools, these kind of things.
Nope.
We had a workshop called How to Manage an Airbnb.
What all was involved in that?
So the first session we were working on understanding cash flow, short-term rental, and then the second session the decision came up whether we wanted to buy a property or rent out a property that allowed you to do short-term rentals.
Yeah, and that's a complicated decision, right?
So we ended up actually renting a property. We didn't want to end up buying a property and then having to sell it later on.
Then what happened?
And then we started furnishing it. In our listing, we did put the fact that it was being run by 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. And despite that, we even got 5-star reviews, and so people were very happy with it.
Instead of teaching kids about this is what all children need to be learning in school. Watch this.
That is
It's like
true.
something you
Mental health is not some destination that you reach. You never wake up one day and just become mentally healthy. It's something that you need to work hard to maintain. And it's okay. We learn and we grow and we find ways to do better. And that's all we can do. It's a journey, not a destination. Have a wonderful day. Mental health is not some destination that you reach.
I got this on the job with a cracker making it hard for you and all this kind of thing. You trying to get up in your face and want to make you get fired or whatever, want to make you resign. This is what you do. You get you this is coming from the Yoruba ritual. Now you're going to get you a brown bottle, either a beer bottle or a root beer bottle. You know the brown bottles. Beer bottle or root beer bottle. And you take it and you put you some coffee up in it. You know, some liquid coffee. You say, I don't care whether freeze-dried or whatever, decaf or whatever, just put you some coffee up in there. Liquid coffee, pour it in the bottle. Then you get you a brown paper bag and you write that person's name who is giving you a hard time, or that person that you're trying to be protected from, a couple of those people, you write them on that bag, or you write those people's name on the bag or that person's name on the bag, roll it up and put it in that bottle and put it on your doggone altar. You build an altar, or you put it on your windowsill, or whatever you do. Your dresser or whatever, and that person or whatever will not mess with you. Now you need to start doing these particular things for protection.
It's pretty smart.
See, this is why financial literacy is so important. So we know how we all love our Crocs and we willing to pay $200, $500 for these Crocs, not even realizing that all these Crocs are getting made in the same place, the same way, probably costing them 10 cents to make these Crocs that they then turn around and sell to you for $200 to $500. This is why financial literacy is so important. If you understood where your money was going and how much things actually cost, you will be very hesitant before you drop half of $1,000 on these goddamn Crocs right here. A better
That's crazy.
investment will be into yourself by getting your credit right so you can invest for your future and your family's future. 3 items deleted for this client and they're now in the 700 club. We have limited space available for our $1 sign up. If you want to claim your spot, comment ready on this post.
This dude X was so spiritual and he tried to put you guys on, but you didn't listen. He had a whole collection of spiritual books. He was deep into the power of the mind. Look at this stuff. So when Albert Einstein himself says that everything is energy, this is not philosophy, this is physics. This is the stuff, the power of the mind that X knew, and he tried to tell you, but you didn't listen. He put healing frequencies in his music, and look at the difference between 432 and 440. Look how much more disruptive that is. What that is the A note. So they changed the standard A note pitch from 432 to 440. In 1953. Screenshot them. And you're gonna want to save this video because nobody else is putting you up. Listen to me very closely. In his song F Love with Chippy Red, he put the healing frequency to heal your root chakra throughout the entire song. And I let the people in my community, which you can join on my profile, I told them exactly how to do that. That's called the Cato Click. You can join it on my profile. X understood this because he studied the power of the mind and the universal laws. Not to mention that Nikola Tesla himself said if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. That's exactly what I'm telling you, and that's what music is. Music is literally magic. And right here, Cato Music, this song is your sacral chakra. This song is 432 hertz. I pitched my song Rain Man to heal your root chakra. You can feel it. Pay attention to how you feel. It's so much more calming. Rain Man by Cato. All my songs have healing frequencies in them because I make the beats and I pitch them and tune them exactly to the specific frequency to heal your chakra. This song is your root chakra. Start with that one. Build your way up to the sacral with All About You. I love you guys. This dude X was so spiritual and he tried to put you guys on.
No, X was a spiritual dude, bro. Indeed, he was on a mission, as we all know. He was definitely on a mission, for real.
I think a lot of people are working out because of vanity. With working out comes a spirit. That's the reason why, and I see it. I work out every day now. I'm feeling good. I'm looking better, and I've been noticing the more and more I work out, the more I'm in the mirror. I used to didn't look at myself. But now I could be walking past a mirror and I flex my triceps for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I can see the vanity spirit in working out. You see what I'm saying? So I see exactly what he's saying. But, you know, I'm an expert in health. So I don't work out to look good. I work out to feel good. But the byproduct of feeling good is looking good. But with that looking good do bring in some type of egotistical vanity spirit where I'm looking at myself more. I notice me taking pictures more. Now I have my manager Nabi take a picture of me every day now because I feel good. So I can tell how you can actually stop me. I can tell how you can come in with a spiritual purpose of exercising and it completely go down a different direction and now you're just doing it for the gram. I think a lot of people are working out because of vanity.
Greatest defense against aging is muscle. Muscle is medicine. Muscle is medicine. The more muscle you have in your body, no matter what age you are, what decade you're in, the more you burn in a resting state. It's that simple. The greatest defense against aging is muscle.
This is why it's important to chase your dreams.
Boy, what's wrong? I had a nightmare. I was with an old man. He put a helmet on me.
It's just a fever. Get some sleep. I don't want you missing school on Monday.
School?
I want you kids to look around you today and think about your future. Now is the time in your life when anything is possible.
Spiraling perfectly, it's going to be caught by Roy Parsons. Roy Parsons is at the 20. Now he's at the 10. Nothing can stop Roy the Rocket. Touchdown!
I just think it's time to get realistic. Have you talked to my father about the carpet store? Roy?
Had we caught it sooner? Well, hindsight is 2020, Roy. What's important is that we move quickly.
Hey, Roy, pull those Persian off-white shags for the clearance sale?
Whoa.
Shit! Oh, what the hell? Whoa, where am I?
55 years. Not bad, Morty. You kind of wasted your 30s, though, with that whole bird-watching phase.
Where's my wife?
Morty, you were just playing a game. It's called Roy.
Poor little old Roy just wanted to be a football star. Ended his life at a carpet store. Moral of the story is, do what you need to do now so you can live how you want to live before it's time to go. If you need help manifesting your dream reality, comment art. I'ma send you my book, The Art of Getting Your Shit Together. This is why it's important to
Crazy.
chase your dreams.
You really don't have time, so you gotta really, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, do it. Stop, getting comfortable. Stop feeling like, oh, maybe it won't work. Just do it,
Because when you hit the 30 mark and you ain't got it figured out, that's a problem. Because now you start to question like, where the fuck am I? I worked in my 20s, niggas was going out, I was working 2 jobs, boom, I'ma figure it the fuck out. You get what I'm saying? That's why I had the Camaros and I had all the sports cars and I worked because I worked my way up the fucking ladder. So if you don't want to work in your 20s and you think in your 30s you trying to figure something out, you already behind.
You gonna be stuck in your 40s. And your 40s looking silly as hell.
Because when you hit the 30 mark and you ain't got it figured out.
Hey bro, don't forget you're young as fuck, bro. So let's experiment. Let's try everything. Let's fail, let's win. Let's win, let's fail. All in every fucking order, bro. There's no right order, bro. You can win tomorrow, lose tomorrow. So let's experiment, bro. Let's just try it, let's just do it. Let's not think about it, let's just fucking do it, bro. Whether it fails, it doesn't matter. Whether you win, okay, let's keep fucking going. Let's double down. Alright?
Oh.
That's the best thing about being youngsters, bro. We get to experiment, and then we get to fail, and then we get to try again, bro. It's not the end of the fucking world. You know what I mean? And yeah, there's nothing weighing us down, bro. It's literally just us weighing ourselves down. It's only just you telling yourself you don't want to do it because you are scared. So get out of that whack-ass mindset and let's experiment. Hey bro, don't forget.
With money, you could buy a house, but not a home. With money, you could buy a bed, but not rest. With money, you can buy a clock, but not time. With money, you can buy food, but not an appetite. With money, you could buy medicine, but not good health. With money, you can buy insurance, but not safety. With money, you can buy information, but not wisdom. With money, you can buy thrills, but not joy. With money, you can buy servants, but not loyalty. With money, you can buy flattery, but not respect. That is the problem we all have. There are things that money cannot buy.
True.
With money, you could buy a
That
house.
is actually so true, man. For real.
Stop being so quick to react to your emotions. Even though your emotions are valid, your reactions to them may not be.
All your emotions are valid, but your behavior is not. Your anger is valid, but your yelling is not. Your jealousy is valid, but your judgment is not. Your pain is valid, but your drinking is not. You missing them is valid, but going back to them is not. Separate your emotions from your behavior. Emotions are always valid, no matter what you feel, but behavior is not.
The quality of your life is based off the type of reactions you have to it. If you react to life's hard comings in a fearful way, you're gonna have a hard time getting through them. But if you react to the hard comings like bring it on, it's gonna be a lot more of a movie. You can't change the circumstances in life, but you can change your reaction to them, and it can possibly dictate the future outcomes of other situations. Where you are now is a reflection of all the reactions you've had to what's happened in your life. Every choice you made got you here, and your choice is just a reaction to what's going on within your inner worlds. The Art of Getting Your Shit Together is an ebook, and it shows you how to react. Stop being so quick to react to your emotions.
Crazy.
Even though you're
like a domino effect.
Have you noticed that nobody listens to Travis Scott anymore? I've got a theory that's gonna blow your mind. I gotta be careful with how I word this as well, because they don't want you to know this. Let me ask you a question. Do you know about chakras and raising your energy? Let me put you on. You see, if you like Travis Scott, you're gonna realize something about him. And if you know who this is, Russ, you're also gonna know the similar thing. Both of these artists have ascended to a godlike stature. And here's the part that they don't want you to know, and it's gonna blow your mind. Hi, I'm Kato Jack. You're gonna love my music, but let me just explain this. You see, this is what you have to do to break the programming and the mind trap that you've been placed in. You see, Tesla said it best, and you're gonna want to screenshot this. Everything is frequency and vibration and energy. Before you open your third eye and your higher chakras, you must balance your root and sacral chakra. Lucky for you, I put sound healing frequencies in all my songs. All About You has a sacral chakra frequency. All About You by Kato Jack. My other song, Drop, will heal your root chakra. Start with those, then ascend. That's how you get to that level. Break free. Have you noticed that nobody listens?
I just want to remind y'all of something, right? If there was nothing about the name Jesus, they wouldn't be killing people for saying it. They wouldn't be trying to block the name all over the internet, all over the radio. The Shade Room, who claims that they're working with the Most High, wouldn't be trying to get people to live in the image of the beast. I just want to remind y'all of something, right? If there was nothing about the name Jesus, they wouldn't be killing people for saying it. They wouldn't be trying to block the name all over the internet, all over the radio. The Shade Room, who claims that they're working with the Most High, wouldn't.
Man, they say life is short. It really isn't. Life is so damn long, so don't spend it worrying about the things that ain't gonna kill you. It's the big things you gotta look out for. You gonna get distracted by a little thing, and the next thing you know, man, one of them big things gonna come and knock you out. Enjoy life, stop worrying, and man, again, life is too long to spend it worrying about all the goddamn little things. Spending a life suffering and worries is not a way to live. Live a little and worry about the great things in life, like brushing your teeth. Man, they say life is short. It really is.
You talking about like brushing your teeth? Like what?
I'm blessed to be able to put time into my health and fitness. I'm blessed to have a roof over my head. I am blessed to have friends to call when I need help. I am blessed to have dishes to clean that I ate food on. I'm blessed to be able to travel places I've never been before. I'm blessed to be able to be kind to people who may be having a bad day, even if they gave me an attitude. I'm blessed to be able to live in a clean home. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to still take care of my body and move my body because I love myself and I deserve it. I'm blessed to be able to stretch. I'm blessed to be able to wear clean laundry. I'm blessed to be able to go to the store and get food. I'm blessed to go home and see my family. I'm blessed to have access to books to help me better understand other people, financial knowledge, and emotional intelligence. And really anything I need to learn. I'm blessed to be able to drink clean water. I'm blessed to be able to get up early and make myself presentable anywhere I go. I'm blessed to have working lungs that can get me through a workout. I'm blessed to put foods in my body that's going to serve me in my goals. I'm blessed to have a refrigerator with food in it. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to take care of my mental health, my oral health, my skincare, my body care. I am blessed that this did not hit my eyeball or crack my nose. I'm blessed to have time. I'm blessed to be able to take myself on.
Show gratitude, man. You gotta show gratitude.
I know men who don't know anything in the world except who plays third base for the Mets. And they think that's a great accomplishment. And they meet and pat each other on the back and bond and go have cocktails and talk about what this guy that plays third base for the Mets did in last night's game.
Crazy, right? Distraction.
It's really sad. When 150 of the most powerful men and women in the world can meet in secret in Baden-Baden, Germany, and plot the fate of billions, and nobody even cares about it. But 6 football players go to lunch together, and it's in the headlines across the country. You have a reflection of the society in which that exists. And it is a sick, sick society that is doomed to self-destruction. A nation of people who are willing to send their sons and daughters that they profess that they love to a foreign country to die. And they use the excuse to themselves that they're sending them off to defend our country, and they know damn well that's a lie. Are doomed. I know men.
Always associate lungs as breathing, but you don't breathe through your lungs. You only breathe when the oxygen's in the blood. You breathe through your blood, not through your lungs. So that's part of our miseducation, because we actually think we hear with our ears. You hear with your brain. The sound is picked up and put in the blood, and the blood takes it to the brain, and the brain hears. You hear with your brain, you see with your brain, you touch with your brain, you taste with your brain. So we got it. That's part of our miseducation I was telling you about. So the main thing is that the brain is a part of this, because you breathe through your brain. The biggest organ, the organ that takes the most oxygen, is your brain. So when you're starving for oxygen, your brain's starving for oxygen. When the brain says, I'm starving, I need more nutrients, so it's I better step up the estrogen, because estrogen holds moisture and nutrients. So it's going to throw your hormone level off. You see, so I know I got to balance your hormone level because that's been thrown off. It's just basic kind of science. Anything that's different has a different pH, as they call it. P is potential, H is hydrogen. What is hydrogen's potential? To be acid or alkaline. So anything that's different has a different pH, has a different vitamin and mineral, protein, and hormone ratio. So I had to balance that ratio because you're suffering with the wrong ratio because the body says, I'm in a crisis. Always associate lungs as breathing, but you...
This is what I do. I go into nature and I look at how nature interact with itself, and I get into my biochemistry lab and I look how the cells and the biology interact with itself. If I can see that the cells reincarnate themselves on a cellular level, and cells make up organs, and organs make up systems, and systems make up a full-grown fucking human being, and I'm saying that the cells can reincarnate, then of course the whole entire organism can reincarnate. So I believe in reincarnation. But this is what I do. I go into nature and I look at how nature interact with itself, and I get into my biochemistry lab and I look at...
Here's some good news from July that you might have missed. India has electrified over 94% of its railways, and 45% of that happened in just 5 years. A former animal testing lab in Oklahoma has been transformed into an animal sanctuary called Freedom Fields, so now over 200 animals have a safe home. A new geothermal power plant is coming to California that will supply clean energy to power 350,000 homes by generating electricity from super hot underground rocks. Sweden announced a landmark ban on bottom trawling, making it the first EU country to prohibit this harmful fishing practice in all its territorial waters. One of the world's rarest cats, the Iberian lynx, is no longer classed as endangered. Vermont passed the Climate Superfund Act, which could force fossil fuel companies to pay for damages caused by climate change, such as wildfires or flooding. And puffin numbers on Scotland's Isle of May have increased by around a third since 2017, thanks to a period of high breeding success. Tap like to keep the good news on your feed and follow along to hear about next month's. Here's some good...
Healthy, vegan, oil-free lentil hummus. You know, lentils are super healthy, boasting a high amount of iron, protein, fiber, and resistant starch. And they make a delicious hummus too. So save the recipe and make your own.
Literally the same thing. Literally. Sad. That's crazy, man.
If you took that small crystal, don't forget, it's live. There's energy moving there. It's matter just wrapped together and movement there. Now, if you took a piece of copper wire, fine copper wire, and you wrapped so many coils around it, leaving one end loose, and then wrapped it with some mica, and then wrapped the rest of the coil around it, and leave the two wires, one outside the mica and one inside the mica, now you have a little motor. And it won't work the motor as it is. If you put it in a vise or something to squeeze it at the center, then the two wires will make a little motor run. It's what you call piezoelectricity. Now, in the case of this, supposing I put that up into a pyramid or a bigger crystal, then this is feeding that more energy, and it's continuous. Now, as you squeeze this to make it work, energy comes out, and as you release it, it comes back in again. It goes, it'll breathe for you. You'll never squeeze it empty, but as you release the pressure, so it fills itself again immediately, reaches balance. It has to stay in balance. And so you have a little motor there. That's one thing you can use your crystal for. Now, if you can imagine the 30-foot pyramid that I had, knowing that it contained energy and it's free-flowing, it's always coming in and it's non-stop. I said, well, why can't I harness this? Little crystals will do it. Why can't I harness a pyramid? I made myself two coils. One was just a small one like this, and it was electric coil, counterclockwise. And I hung that in the top of the pyramid. But before I did that, it was stove wire, and there's about 8 strands of copper wire and stove wire, and I undid them and made them into a lot of fingers like this, spread them out, something like an antenna. And this end here, I just hung it up, fastened it up onto the beams, and that was right in the peak. Now I went downstairs and I had a spare piece of plywood, quarter ply, and I made a magnetic coil with old antenna wire. It was double wire. And I put one end straight through into the earth, and so looking at it like this, it stuck through there, and my coil is on here like that. And the other end I left standing up to connect. One's into the earth. Now all this wire here, it's only quarter ply, and I used 2-inch staples. The staples went straight through the ply and gave me a better ground. This was also ground in the centre. Now, there are many things that have happened to me in my time that I can't really explain. There are many things that I have known, but don't know how I know. And this is one instance where this happened to me. I knew I had to connect these two together with some natural wool, sheep's wool. Nylon was not what I wanted. And so I got hold of some ordinary wool, and I measured it out. Up the stairs go right to the top. I measured it out so it hung from here to within 6 inches of the floor. Plenty to fasten to that and to fasten to this. Now I stood on some steps up there and fastened that to there. I just wrapped around and tied it round. Simple. Nothing clever about it, just fastened it to this copper wire. And I hung this down through the steps, through the stairway, until it was hanging down, but it wasn't touching the floor. I went downstairs to connect this to that, and as I caught hold of that, it threw me 20 feet across the floor. I'm 180 pounds, and it picked me up and threw me 20 feet across the floor. I got no skin on this elbow here and all down my leg here. And I lay there for about 5 minutes at least, wouldn't know what happened to me. All I had done was touched a piece of wool. Now, this wool had gone through, it wasn't even connected to this, it had gone through my cube root of the pyramid, which was about here, and up to the point, the second magnitude there, and that part was connected. And when I touched that, I grounded the whole damn thing, and it threw me 20 feet across the floor. I didn't know what had happened to me, and the result of it was I took the whole thing to pieces. I still have the parts. You can have them if you want them. And I realized that I was fooling around with something I didn't really understand. It taught me a lesson, but it also meant that I could stand here and tell you, don't fool around with these crystals until you know what you're doing. If you took that small crystal...
Wow. Crystals is way powerful than we think, huh? For real.
You need to understand that when, even on your check, when you're writing a check, the place where you put your name on a check, look at that line, what you're signing on, and get a magnifying glass, and you will find that's not a solid line to sign your name on. That is written, it's a typed written sentence that's been honed down to microscopic size. Get a magnifying glass and read on a check what is said where you sign your name. That's why the attorneys tell you, you better check the small print. The small print is ultra small. Where you sign your name on a check is saying something. Go back and read it. You need to understand that according to the old Phoenician Canaanite system, which we call today our educational and judicial system, there is no law in this country or in the Western world, no law, federal, state, county, city, commercial, it makes no difference. There is no law on the books anywhere in this country that applies to you as an individual creature. There is no law, because the people who designed the system thousands of years ago realized that there's two of you. There's the one that your mother gave birth to, that God created, so to speak, and even your mother didn't know what you were doing. Even your father and your mother have no idea what you're thinking or what you will do. You don't even know. So consequently, they have no control over you, your flesh and blood self.
Yeah.
But somebody has to control this show, and so consequently, the ancient Phoenician Canaanites developed a system by which they would assign to every person a second you. And this is the way it works in America. There is two of you. Just as there are two states in this country, of every state is two states. You have the state of Nevada and Nevada State. You have Cal State, California State, and State of California. Not the same thing at all. California State, according to the law, is one thing. State of California is totally different. Has nothing to do with each other at all. It's the difference between being a lawyer and an attorney. Has nothing to do with them at all. It's totally separate words, means totally separate things. Consequently, when you understand how words and terms are used and symbols are used, then we go back to the idea of the court. And as I said, there is no law in this country on any books that applies to you. None. All law in the Western civilization applies only to cooperations, co-ops. All law applies only to corporations, period. Across the board. No other, end of sentence. Consequently, there is no law that applies to you personally, so consequently, the system has made each one of you a corporation. And how now do you distinguish which one, when someone's addressing you, that they're addressing you as the one that your mother gave birth to, or the corporate you? Very simple. According to British law, when you sign your name, upper and lower case, that is applying to your body. Your flesh and blood self is spelled, according to British and American law, upper and lower case, capital letter, lower case. That's you, your personal self. There is no law that can be applied to an upper and lower case name, period. No law at all can be applied to an upper and lower case name because there is no law over you. Therefore, every piece of important bills, insurance, driver's license, identification, taxes, I don't care what it is. If it's a piece of business, period, in any kind of way, shape, or form, your name must, by law, international maritime admiralty banking law, your name must appear in all capital letters.
Dang.
You will never get a bill or anything that has your name upper and lower case because there is no law that applies to an upper and lower case name, period.
He
So
might,
Sears is
you know
gonna
what?
send you a
He might just be, nah, you right. Because if you look on your is it your credit card or whatever you have, debit card, that junk is definitely capitalized. Everything.
bill.
Capitalized.
You go into Baskin Robbins or Sears and you order a pair of shoes. What are you going to do? They're going to give you a ticket, and you're going to put it on your bill, and then they're expecting you to pay the bill.
Damn.
And consequently,
true.
they're going to charge you. Well, that's the same thing. You go into a courtroom. They're going to read out the charges. And the cop gave you the ticket. And you have been charged with speeding or whatever. And therefore, you have to pay the charge. Well, once you understand that in America, according to our laws in America, you cannot pay a bill. Did you know that? According to international banking law, Americans cannot pay a bill. So when you say, well, I got to pay this, I'll pay that bill, well, that's a term that we use. But in point of fact, lawfully, you cannot pay a bill. You can discharge a debt. You cannot pay a bill. So consequently, you need to understand, what do you mean discharge a debt? Now it gets back to the court again. Now it gets back to the symbols and emblems of why the judge wears a black robe. It has to do with the planet Saturn. Saturn is
What?
the god that inhibits. He's the inhibitor and the law god, the god of law who inhibits, who holds back. He holds back everything and teaches
I ain't
you
gonna
the
lie.
lesson, the hard way. Saturn.
He losing me now. He kind of losing me now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let him finish though.
And women were told in the ancient world to listen to their god Saturn, who incidentally was called Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Okay. And consequently, they're still making movies in Hollywood on Lord of the Rings, the planet Saturn. Women were told to listen to their god, the Lord of the Rings, so they were wearing an ear ring. Men were to get married before Saturn, their god, so they would wear a wedding ring. Consequently, the king would be crowned before Saturn. Saturn would be the round crown or the corona, the ring. Saturn, the god who is the inhibitor, the god of occult law, the mystical god Saturn, Lord of the Rings, who is in charge of and controls all occult law in the universe. This is why today we know that Saturn was referred to as El, E-L. El is a name that was given to the planet Saturn. And therefore, if you were worshiping Saturn, you represent the law, you are referred to in church today as an elder. How did you get to be an elder? You got to be an elder because you were one of the elites. How did you get to be an elite? You got elected. Because through elections, all of our system is based on occult, mystical words and terms going back to the planet Saturn, going back to the Phoenician Canaanite system of banking. Incidentally, where do you find a bank? We go to banks all the time. Where do you find a bank? Banks are on both sides of a river. They're called river banks. What does a river bank do? It directs the flow of the currency. Your money is referred to as the currency. This is why when you go to court, you have the current, electricity, because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize. And the capital is a Latin word, meaning money. You need to understand that when even on your check.
But it's just life. Everything is strategically, put together. For real. Like how they got everything structured, even down to how they got the buildings, It's crazy, man. This was a strategic experiment on us, for real.
The brain does not create consciousness. I'm going to say that again. The brain does not create consciousness. It downloads consciousness. Your consciousness is streaming from a higher source and coming in here. And your body, your avatar body, is designed to encapsulate a particular frequency of that source. So you have a radio station in your neighborhood that has multiple stations, but it's only one location. But it's sending out 99.1, 99.2, 99.3, 99.4. Those 0.1 dots, that's every single person that exists in the entire universe. Each one of us in the entire universe is a point dot whatever number coming from one source, slightly tuned different frequency. Your avatar body is designed to encapsulate a specific frequency. It picks it up, you animate the avatar body, and you inhabit it for a temporal amount of time. Temporal meaning time-based, what we consider to be time in the third dimension. It's temporary. The brain does not create consciousness. I'm gonna say that again.
These are the 5 worst snacks you shouldn't be eating. For number 5, we got Chips Ahoy. These are literally fake cookies that's proven to make you feel hungry after you eat them. So you're pretty much eating these for no reason and gaining weight in the process. For number 4, we got Oreos. Now you can't be surprised. And I understand that this white cream may taste good, but have you ever questioned what it's made out of? Well, Oreos have trans fat that increases the risk of heart disease. Oreos are also full of corn syrup, which can cause other health issues. Now I know these come in clutch, especially during breakfast, but Pop-Tarts have ultra processed ingredients, including corn syrup, high fructose syrup, and regular sugar. And it's even worse if you eat these in the morning because it's the first thing your body's ingesting. And next, y'all, is Doritos. So Doritos has food scientists that makes millions to create the powder, the texture, and the taste to make you want more. It pretty much sends signals to your brain of satisfaction, but the whole time it's just actually terrible for you. And for number 1, y'all, we have Skittles. This is probably the worst candy you can possibly eat. And I don't know if y'all remember this, but Skittles even had a lawsuit. This is so bad that California passed a bill banning some of the toxic chemicals inside Skittles. So eat these at your own risk. Now, if you want to see a video about the best snacks to eat, be sure to follow me so you don't miss that video and y'all stay conscious.
That's crazy, man. They do be having some good snacks, don't they? Skittles. Like, what is Skittles?
Make them question their own spirituality, destroy the cultural artifacts that go along with it. That's the way. There's a book called The Grand Chessboard by Brzezinski, who once was he was the foreign policy advisor to Jimmy Carter. And what he told him was, if you want to take over a people, you destroy their culture and you destroy their religion and you destroy the artifacts that they create. Make them question their own spirituality, destroy the cultural artifacts that go along with it. That's the way. There's a book called The Grand Chessboard by Brzezinski, who once was he was the foreign policy advisor to Jimmy Carter. And what he told him was, if you want to take over a people, you destroy their culture and you destroy their religion and you destroy the artifacts that they create. Make them question their own.
When a car crashes, the onboard sensors immediately trigger an electrical charge inside the airbag inflator. That electrical charge sparks a chemical reaction inside the inflator, producing a mass of nitrogen gas which fills and deploys the airbags. The bags fill at up to 200 miles per hour, cushioning the blow and protecting your body and head from striking any part of the car's interior. When a car crashes, the onboard sensor...
These beings, these entities, the reps is all around us. Have you noticed? Are you paying attention? Or are you still in the delusional state where you cannot see because you choose to be blind? LeBron James have shape-shifted right on national television before our very eyes. Just like many other celebrities have done the exact same thing, I talked about this several times before they took my main page down, revealing to you who these entities are and why they're here. It's a race of them. They're all around us. They're all around us. Can you see it? Or is your pineal gland calcified? Or you can't see it in the spirit because your pineal gland is calcified. You don't have a relationship with the Most High. So that's why you can't see it. They're all around us. I'm about to show you the video and I want you to listen and pay attention. I can reveal video after video after video of these things happening and you wouldn't believe it. Because it sounds crazy. But the crazy thing is, you think that we are the only ones here on earth. That's crazy. We are being visited and we have other entities here that are not human. So you can continue to believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you, you're living a lie. Pay attention. Remember, the eyes is the source to the soul. Watch what happens to the eyes. And no, it's not a glitch. I know it's going to be a lot of bots and NPCs in the comments saying this is a glitch. You see the slit? This has happened to so many people on national television, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Actually, you don't even gotta watch TV to see them. Again, they're
There's a
all
lizard.
around you. But I don't understand the fascination. You invested into this person, this entity rather, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you don't even know him. Y'all need to wake up. These beings.
That's not no TV glitch.
Anahata.
At all.
That means not hit. Ana is not, hata is hit. What this refers to is the sound that is not made by any two things striking together. Sound of my voice, any sound you hear is made by two things striking together. Voice, the air on the larynx cord. What is the sound that is not made by any two things striking together? It is Om. It is the sound of the energy of the universe of which all things are manifestations. Anahata, and that means...
Quick thought. You ever wonder why the palm of our hands is a different color than everything else? And the bottom of our feet? Because the bottom of our hands, the bottom of our feet and the sole of our hands are solar panels. And they're meant to absorb sunlight, right? So when you're out in the sun, you should always keep your hands up to the high. In ancient times, they always worship with their hands held high to the sky, absorbing the sunlight, right? Because when there's an imbalance in the body, they need to correct the body. all you have to do is get sunlight, because light is energy. Light is nutrients, minerals, and vitamins too, by the way. So if there's any lack in the body with nutrients, and minerals, and vitamins, you can go out there and absorb sunlight from the sun by using the palms of your hands, because the sun is just energy, nutrients, vitamins. The sun is water. The sun is vitamin D, which is a hormone that the body needs for balance. All right, so go out there and get your absorb on.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my
Goosebumps happen when tiny muscles at the base of your hair contract in response to the cold. These contractions pull the hair upright, making it stand up and pucker into a bump. Now, originally, our hairier ancestors used this reaction to increase warmth or appear larger when threatened. But nowadays, with less body hair, it mostly just makes us look like raw chicken. Goosebumps happen when
You got this. Wake up, treat your body right, eat healthy, be nice.
I can do that.
And you'll be alright. You got this. Wake
Why
up,
does she say it like that though?
treat your body right.
When you're 20,
Nice.
you care what everyone thinks. When you're 40, you stop caring what everyone thinks. When you're 60, you realize no one was ever thinking about you in the first place. What was once before you, an exciting, mysterious future, is now behind you.
Damn.
Lived, understood, disappointing. You realize you are not special. You have struggled into existence and are now slipping silently out of it. This is everyone's experience, every single one. As the people who adore you stop adoring you, as they die, as they move on, as you shed them, as you shed your beauty and youth, as the world forgets you, as you recognize your transience, as you begin to lose your characteristics one by one, as you learn there is no one watching you, and there never was, you think only about driving, not coming from any place, not arriving any place, just driving, counting off time. Now you are here. Rather than crying and craving for those who left our path during dark moments of our life, embrace the present moment and cherish the journey. After all, it's the fleeting nature of life that makes it so precious. When you're 20, you care what everyone thinks.
Thoughts and energy are magnetic. Be careful who you let touch your body, because they are directly transmitting energy to you. This is why you feel tired around some people. Also, it's why you feel alive and inspired around other people. Always monitor and observe your energy. Thoughts.
Most people throw away 25% of the food that they buy. Just say you had a $1,000 budget per month on food. $250 of it is going out the window into the trash every month. Eat whole foods, foods that have one ingredient. And what you'll notice is that it is very cheaper to actually be plant-based. Like fruit, like chickpeas, like quinoa, bell peppers, mushrooms. That's one ingredient. That's a whole food. It's not segmented up. You don't have to have a label with it. And that's how we're supposed to eat food. But because we've been eating like this for the last 50 years, processed foods, our understanding of food has changed. It's not the original idea of food. Most people throw away 25%.
Why is no one talking about this, y'all? So 3 days ago, there was a weird event going on, taking place in Texas. And they said it was like a group of shooting stars that was going across the sky, right? What is that? I don't think that they shooting stars, y'all.
That's something else.
I think they're either falling, or there's some type of alien beings or something, bro. Look at that shit. Look at that green one. Y'all seen that? Yo!
Strange.
And then look at this one. Y'all see that one? The first one in the front? There's been a lot of weird, strange things going on in 2024, and we all know this. And then the even crazier part is about that meteorite that no one is talking about that's supposed to be coming soon. You feel me? I don't know, y'all. I just think that we need to just stay woke and pay attention to the sky, y'all. Look at that shit. I'm not surprised that some shit's gonna pop, y'all. Keep telling y'all this shit. I literally
your name into a solution of salt water and get ready to achieve everything you desire. I'm about to share an incredible discovery, so act quickly before this content is taken down. Imagine if I revealed to you an ancient, simple ritual capable of reshaping your reality. This effective and accessible practice can elevate your energies and dispel limiting beliefs and obstacles that keep you distant from prosperity. Today, I will unveil a secret kept for centuries, a method employed to attract miracles and instigate profound changes. Before sharing this discovery, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, like, and share with all those who wish to see their lives transformed. Now let's get to the secret. All you need is your name and a bit of salt water. Combined, they possess an energy capable of purifying and realigning you on a deep level. By sincerely committing yourself and determining, rid yourself of limiting ideas and tune into positive frequencies of gratitude, faith, and infinite possibilities. Promise me your total commitment, and I assure you that this ritual will transform your life. Are you ready to transcend boundaries and manifest the life of your dreams? Then, let's begin. Gratitude has the power to radically change our perspective. Developing the habit of being grateful reprograms our brains and elevates our energy to higher levels of abundance. When we are trapped in cycles of negativity and scarcity, it's difficult to attract positive opportunities. Being grateful is like opening a door. It's the key to seeing our reality from a blessed perspective. Let's practice a simple yet powerful exercise of appreciation. Grab your phone and set a timer for 1 minute. During this time, consciously observe everything good around you and express gratitude for each thing, allowing the feeling of gratitude to envelop you. After this minute, take a deep breath and maintain this elevated energy. Now, you are ready to manifest your desires. Grab pen and paper or open a document on your device and write down your intention. Visualize vividly what you want to manifest and write it in the present tense, as if it's already a reality. Be detailed and emotionally engaged in this process. Before proceeding, let me ask you a question. Have you considered manifesting your dreams? I present effective techniques to help you achieve your desires. The link is in the description below. Now, focus on your intention.
The divide and conquer tactics must fall away. We have to begin to see through them. I'm white, you're black, I'm indigenous, you're European, and I'm a Democrat, you're a Republican, I'm Baptist, it keeps going. Everything is divided. There's no synergy, there's no unity. We have to come to the point, man, and be like, no, we're not gonna fall for this anymore. We're going to unite and we're gonna organize and we're going to take back control of our planet. And I think that's when we're gonna see some of these higher beings that have been watching us step in. When they realize that, oh, we're going from being adolescents to grown-ups, we're getting ready to become full-blown adults in our reality, that maybe there'll be a chance for them. Now they'll step in and give us some assistance. But until then, we're just like useless babies trying to still learn how to find our way. We haven't even taken a few steps yet. I think that we have to come together, and the first hardest part is breaking through divide and conquer tactics.
What is divide and conquer? It's a strategy, and it's been used in various contexts such as politics, military strategy, and in government. The main goal has always been to break up larger concentrations of power into pieces that individually have less power than the one implementing the strategy. The concept is to make it easier to manage and dominate opponents or populations by dividing them into more manageable groups that can be dealt with swiftly, sequentially, and also in isolation. We as the people on this planet need to realize we must stop falling for these divide and conquer tactics.
Divide and conquer tactics.
That is crazy. And they call it United States. Definitely not united.
The Ethernet stuff, because it's not me. Nothing on here is really me in real life. It's just images that I created on this bitch. When you take everything away from that particular person who got all the clout, all the followers, and was getting all the attention and all the money, that person behind all that, that's who you really want to get a chance to know. Because 9 times out of 10, everybody y'all see right now online is just protecting their image. There's a lot of bullshit going online.
That for knowledge.
Away from the Ethernet stuff.
Shout out to Soul, man. He back. But, he's just gonna keep it real. That's who he is now, Spiritual soul.
This is me yet again showing y'all another video of somebody jumping a car with their bare hands, proving that we are literally electrical beings. Y'all see that? He's sparking. starts the car. Jumped the
wow.
car with his own hands. And now the car starts. Is this not crazy? Now that y'all know that we electrical beings, let me give y'all a few ways that y'all can stay electrified. See, now you gotta eat electrical fruit. As y'all see, the fruit is so electrified, it can literally charge your phone. So if it's charging your phone, what you think it's doing to your body? Number 2, gang, grounding yourself. See, when you ground yourself, it set off a small electrical charge to your body. As y'all can see right here in this demonstration right here behind me. And no, you can't do it with shoes on. No, you can't do it on concrete. You have to put your feet on the grass. So now y'all know that we electrical beings. Make sure that y'all stay electrified. By the way, do not try to jump a car with your hands. Disclaimer. Please. Let me know y'all thoughts on this video in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Remember y'all want to...
He said, please. You're right, though. I'm good with that disclaimer.
Did this fucking 86-hour fast. So apparently it sheds all the bad dead cells and regenerates all these new cells to fight starvation or whatever the body thinks is happening. And there's over a 70% chance that when you do this, you don't get Alzheimer's disease.
Water fasts do not work. You need to start adding lime and cayenne pepper to your fast, and this is why. If you had some sticky honey on a table and you had a water bottle, what would happen when you spray that water bottle on that sticky honey and try to remove it? It's just going to smear because you don't have anything that's binding to that stickiness. But if you had some citrus, some lime in water in that water bottle, and then you spray it on that sticky honey, now you have something that can bind to that stickiness in order to remove it now. And that's the way the body works on the inside as well. If you want to remove that mucus, plaque, clean out the arterial and venous network, water alone is not going to do it. It's going to need citrus in order to get all of that grime and gunk out of the body, because as you've seen, water just smears. Like this video and share. We leaving water fast back in 2023.
Did this fucking 86-hour.
Alright, y'all. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, got something out of it, laughed, learned something, all that good stuff. Alright, man. Send a peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself and excuse me. But hey, if the weather is nice, get outside, y'all. Get some of that sunlight, man. Especially if it's not raining where you at. Get outside in that sun for a little minute. Alright. With all that being said, I will see you guys in the next upload. Peace.